Hey, how's it going? I'm Nick, and in this video I'm going to show you how to make this raised planter for less than $100. To complete this project, you'll need 10 6-foot fence pickets, a 2x4, a roll of landscape fabric, 6 cubic feet of garden soil, some nails, and a wood finish of your choice. Altogether, this cost about $80 at my local hardware store. Here's the cut list. It's pretty easy to lay out these cuts with very little wood waste. I was able to fit one long and one short side per plank of wood. So since you'll need 4 total of each, you only need 4 planks of wood for all of the sides of the box. The legs, you could fit 2 per plank, and on this particular cut, there is a little bit of waste. There's about 8 inches in the middle that you don't end up using. But that requires an additional 4 planks since you need 8 total. And that leaves 2 planks for the bottom supports, which conveniently you need 6 of them, and you can fit 3 per board. I used a circular saw to cut these. It's very important that you use proper hearing and eye protection. I really didn't worry about the kerf width of the saw blade because this is not precise woodworking whatsoever. While I was editing this video, I realized how quickly I was trying to work. And this project doesn't take very long, so just take a little bit of extra time to make sure that you're being safe and that you're not doing anything dangerous, because a trip to the hospital is going to take way more time than just taking that little bit of extra time to be safe. Now, you might be wondering why I chose to use 6-foot fence pickets as the lumber for this project, and really it just comes down to cost. They are way cheaper than the equivalent lumber would be, and I think it comes down to the quality of the wood, or maybe the quantity at which they're made. I'm not really sure, but really the only difference is that it has these 2 little notches cut off at the top, but for this project it doesn't matter. I didn't actually buy a 2x4, I just used some scraps that I had laying around, but I did include the cost of a 2x4 in this project, to be fair. You'll end up needing 4 scraps of 2x4 that are about 10 to 12 inches in length, and the purpose of them is to support the corner of the box. I'm using a spring clamp to hold the different pieces in position, and then I'll use my electric nailer to nail the pieces of wood together. You could just as easily use a hammer and nails, or even an electric screwdriver or an impact driver and screws. I really like this Ryobi electric nailer. I bought it used because I already had some of the batteries for some other tools, and I didn't think I would use it all that often, but I really do enjoy using it for some of these projects. Sometimes it doesn't get the head of the nail all the way into the wood, and you might need to help it a little bit with a couple taps with a hammer. Once the box is constructed, it's time to add the legs. Each leg is made out of 2 pieces of wood that are arranged in an L shape, and that makes it pretty strong. I attached the piece of wood on the long side first so that the edge is flush with the short side of the box, and then I sort of overlapped the end with the second piece of wood. And once again, these leg pieces are just attached to the box with nails. And once both pieces are attached to the box, I went along the edge of the 2 pieces there just to hold them together. I eventually discovered that as the battery in the nailer starts to die, it starts to jam up much more frequently, and you'll only have to watch me struggle with this for a few moments due to the magic of editing, but this was extremely frustrating at the time. I put each of the 6 bottom supports into position, and I sort of spaced them apart as best I could without actually measuring anything, and then I just nailed them into place. I'm going to skip over the finishing process because some people might use different products or paint. I used Minwax Polyshades, which is a single stage type of product where it's a sealant and a stain in one. The next step is to push your landscaping cloth into the bottom of the box. I'm using 2 layers of the cloth, and it's held in place with staples. This cloth will allow excess water to drain out of the box. The last step is to fill the box with a high-quality garden soil. And finally, it's time to plant your seedlings.